Hello, everyone. It is a great pleasure to present to you applying Kant's categorical imperative to robbing a bank. As you can see it from my screen, I am Lamin Kongira, computer science bachelor student, University of the People. Today, I will be exploring the morality of robbing a bank through the lens of Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative. Kant's moral philosophy provides a framework for evaluating actions based on universal principles, and I'll be applying his three key formulations to this scenario. By the end of this presentation, you will have a clear understanding of why robbing a bank is considered morally permissible under Kant's ethics. Before diving into the scenario, let's briefly review Kant's categorical imperative. Kant's moral philosophy is centered on the idea of a universal moral law that applies to all rational beings. He proposed three key formulations of categorical imperative, and they are: 1. The universal law formulation, which states that we should act only according to maxims that can be universally applied. 2. The humanity as an end formulation, which emphasizes treating humanity as an end in itself, never merely as a means to an end. 3. The kingdom of ends formulation, which asks us to act as if we are legislators in a universal moral community. These three formulations will serve as the foundation for evaluating the morality of robbing a bank. Now, let's set the stage with a scenario. Robbing a bank involves using force or deception to steal money, which violates laws and harms others. It is an action that undermines trust in financial institutions and creates fear in society. The moral question we are addressing is robbing a bank morally permissible under Kant's framework? To answer this, we'll examine the scenario through each of Kant's three formulations. Let's start with the first formulation, the universal law. To apply this, we need to identify the maxim or principle behind the action. In this case, the maxim could be: I will rob a bank to get money when I am in financial need. The next step is to ask, can this maxim be universalized? In other words, what would happen if everyone acted on this principle? If everyone robbed banks whenever they were in financial need, trust in financial institutions would collapse. Society would descend into chaos as banks would no longer be safe places to store money. This creates a contradiction, as the very concept of a bank relies on trust and security. Therefore, the maxim fails the universalizability test. Robbing a bank violates the first formulation of the categorical imperative. Next, let's examine the second formulation, humanity as an end. This principle requires us to treat others as ends in themselves, never merely as means to an end. When someone robs a bank, they are treating bank employees, customers, and society as mere tools to achieve their own financial gain. This action disregards the autonomy, safety, and well being of others. For example, bank employees might be traumatized, customers could lose their savings, and society as a whole suffers from increased fear and insecurity. By treating people as means to an end, robbing a bank clearly violates the second formulation of the categorical imperative. Finally, let's consider the third formulation, the kingdom of ends. This formulation asks us to act as if we are legislators in a universal moral community. In other words, would a rational community of moral agents agree to legislate bank robbery as a universal law? The answer is no. A rational community will recognize that bank robbery undermines trust, security, and justice, values that are essential for a functioning moral community. Without these values, society will fall apart. Therefore, robbing a bank also violates the third formulation of the categorical imperative. To summarize, robbing a bank fails all three formulations of Kant's categorical imperative. 1. It cannot be universalized without creating a contradiction. 2. It treats people as mere means to an end and disregarding their humanity. 3. It contradicts the principles of a rational moral community. Therefore, Kant's framework provides a clear, rational basis for condemning such actions. Robbing a bank is not only illegal, but also morally impermissible under Kantian ethics. Before I conclude, I would like to acknowledge the sources I used for this presentation. These include Kant's groundwork of the metaphysics of morals, the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy's entry on Kant's moral philosophy, and Alan Wood's book on Kantian ethics. These resources were invaluable in helping me understand and apply Kant's ideas. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope this analysis has given you a deeper understanding of Kant's categorical imperative and its application to the real world. Thank you so much.